Before closing, I'd like to point out the real heroes here. And they are all legal heroes. First, Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy. She was under great pressure to give the mayor a break. Talk about technology. Her office obtained hundreds of thousands of text messages and slogged through them before issuing the charges. And at her press conference last March 24th, she made a speech that every law student, every jurist, every citizen, every journalist, every citizen really would find inspiring. She said in part, "This investigation started because of a Detroit Free Press article. The importance of an independent press is vitally important, but prosecutors have to examine potential evidence from every perspective. And here's the thing," she said, "witnesses must give truthful testimony. The oath does not say, 'I do solemnly swear that the testimony I am about to give will be some of the truth, some of the time, when it suits me, and anything but the whole truth.'" She concluded, "This is an extremely sad day for the city of Detroit, but it would be sadder still if true justice were ignored." And then there were the judges who ruled that all documents should be released and that the mayor had no expectation of privacy in his role as city officer. From trial judge Robert Colombo to the appeals court to the Michigan Supreme Court, they all ruled against the mayor and in favor of public records. And here are two huge heroes to us at the Free Press, our own lawyers. And I'm talking about Barbara Wall, Vice President and Associate General Counsel of the Gannett Company, and Free Press attorney Herschel Fink. Barbara never wavered in her support. The credibility of not just the Free Press, but also the Gannett Company was at stake here. And Barbara, thanks for giving the right counsel and asking us the right questions. And Herschel Fink. And Herschel Fink is simply one of the best First Amendment lawyers in the country. He's a pit bull in pursuit of the truth and the bedrock values that government should be open and freedom of the press is more important than ever. After our final victory to release all the settlement documents, we published a page that recapped our legal arguments and recapped as much as we could what the judges ruled in their own words. In the first motion, Herschel filed with Judge Colombo to release all the documents he began. This community has been stirred, probably as never before, by evidence that the mayor of Detroit fired 3 police officers to cover up an affair with an employee, then perjured himself. If ever the public needed transparency and full disclosure so that it could self-govern, it is now. This court should immediately release everything and withhold nothing from the public. Thank you, Herschel, again. Finally, here's the epilogue to our story. As the former mayor sits in jail, a federal grand jury and prosecutor Worthy are investigating more possible corruption, including how he spent money related to some civic funds and how city contracts were awarded. Christine Beatty still faces 7 felony charges with trial scheduled next year. Our FOIA lawsuit is still active. We've asked for more text messages that could shed more light on more corruption in that administration. And remember, the mayor of Detroit, the former mayor, has vowed that he will make a comeback. He's vowed to come back. We're vowing to tell the whole story and see where it leads. The city of Detroit, thankfully, is moving on, and we believe we are close to settling our lawsuit with the city, and for everybody's sake, we would like to do that pretty soon. But the city's moving on. There's an interim mayor doing solid work. The city will hold a special election soon, and there are 3 very good candidates. But the nightmare for the former mayor may not be over. As the prosecutor said, quoting Teddy Roosevelt, "No man is above the law, and no man is below it. Nor do we ask any man's permission when we require him to obey it. Obedience to the law is demanded as a right, not asked as a favor." Thanks again. Thank you so much for having me tonight.